Imagine that you're on the coastline of Mombasa, Kenya. You walk along the sunny beach every day, the birds are singing, and palm trees... Wait a minute. I don't think that's actually what it's like. Okay, that's more accurate. Unfortunately, this is the reality you're facing right now. To be honest, it's not great. Not for the environment, definitely not for the people living on the coastline, and not for anyone else in the world. The sad fact is that the Indian Ocean is considered to be the world's largest dump site for plastic waste. According to some calculations, up to 15 million tons of plastic are dumped here every year, but less than a fifth of it is recycled globally. Here we have the coastlines of India and Kenya. The living standards here are often very poor, with a lot of health issues, high unemployment, and poverty. But here's some good news. Out of this problematic situation, the project Waves of Change was born, a joint effort by the organizations Hand in Hand Sweden and Keep Sweden Tidy. Hand in Hand work to reduce poverty and help people in developing countries to take charge of their own future. Keep Sweden Tidy work against waste and plastic pollution both in Sweden and globally. In this project, they mobilized on both sides of the ocean and became part of the solution, together with fishermen, farmers, and other coastal residents. So what is the solution? How do you address two of the biggest challenges of our time within the framework of one project? Waves of Change took on this challenge with the main mission to create more jobs within the growing recycling industry and at the same time improve the livelihood, environment, and health of the locals. Now, how does it actually work? Waves of Change first comes to life when the project gathers people from the local communities to join the so-called self-help groups. These groups help create a strong sense of community and social support among the members, which usually lasts long after the project's end. The group members then participate in entrepreneurship training, where they learn how to create and develop businesses related to circular economy. A crucial part of the project is awareness-raising campaigns. Through broader activities, the local population learns about the valuable work that the waste workers do and how they can contribute. Examples of these are large information meetings and important messages being communicated through loudspeakers across the community. Another important part is the many completed behavior change activities. These activities involve the local population in a concrete and engaging way, and the purpose is to create a sustainable change. Like this plastic waste festival in India, where people gathered to learn about waste management in a fun and creative way. Or the beach cleaning days in Sulere Katukupam, which both had an immediate effect on the village and also created a sense of community. A priority target group in the Waves of Change project are the waste workers, who are exposed to major health risks and have a very low status in society. The project has improved their health and livelihood by training them within waste management, improving their vehicles, and distributing protective clothing. Fishermen are also one of the most important target groups within the project. Their livelihood, fishing, is directly affected by the plastic in the sea. Through the project, they have been provided with relevant education and learned how they can utilize the plastic from the sea to resell and boost their income. In these coastal areas of India and Kenya, women are unfortunately the poorest and most vulnerable. This is why the Waves of Change project has focused a lot on empowering women. Waves of Change is based on the three principles of a sustainable circular economy: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Now, let's take a closer look at how these principles came into practice. First up, reduce. This means reducing the amount of plastic that enters the system by creating replacement products for plastic, like these entrepreneurs who sew cloth bags to replace plastic bags.
ஃபஸ்ட்டு வந்து நான் வேலைக்கெல்லாம் போனது கிடையாது. இந்த 100 நாள் வேலைக்கு மட்டும்தான் போவேன். ஆனால் அங்கேருந்து ஹேண்ட் இன் ஹேண்ட் மூலியமாக வந்து இலவசமாக வந்து தையல் பயிற்சிலாம் கொடுத்தாங்க. அந்த தையல் பயிற்சியிலேருந்து நாங்கள் நிறைய கற்றுக்கிட்டு வீட்டில் கொடுக்குற துணிங்களும் தைக்கிறோம். அதுலேயே வந்து இப்போ நிறைய ஆர்டர் கொடுத்தாங்க. ஜிஆர்டி, அப்புறம் ஜும்மான், அப்புறம் தேவி டெக்டைல்ஸ்லேருந்துலாம் பேக் தைக்க கொடுத்தாங்க. அதை மீறி இப்போ ஹேண்ட் இன் ஹேண்ட் மூலியமாகவே எங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு பெரிய ஆர்டர் வந்துக்குது. இந்த மஞ்சப்பை தைக்கிறோம். கவர்லாம் தவிர்த்துட்டு மஞ்சப்பை தான் யூஸ் பண்ணுறோன்ற மாதிரி இப்போ இந்த மஞ்சப்பை தைக்கிறோம்.
Next, we have reuse. This means reusing the plastic that exists by creating new products and areas of use. For example, making jewelry from old posters, a boat from PET bottles, or organic fertilizer from food waste. Here in Mombasa, Kenya, is Magdalena Atieno. She transforms plastic waste into handmade flowers that she then sells to events like weddings and other festivities.
Mimi ni chairled wa kikundi ya Sunshine Self-Help Group. Zetu tunapeleka pesa kidogo kwa bank. Zingine pia tunabakisha kwa kikundi, tunanunua nao matilo. Zingine pia wewe sisi wenyewe tunakula. Upande mwingine pia tulifunzwa mambo na value addition. Huyo mwalimu pia alitufundisha mambo na value addition. Sasa sisi sana tukafundishwa pale maana sisi tunazingatia waste ambapo ni upande wa chupa. Akatuambia hii chupa unaweza kuongeza thamani kwa kuibadilisha. Alipotuambia hivyo ndo sisi tukaanza kutengeza hizi maua through waste management. Maana kwanza kwa tuna collect chupa tu tukiuza na tukaona hiyo inaleta pesa kidogo. Sasa ndo tukaanza kutengeza maua. Maana kutengeza maua pesa inakuwa ni nyingi. Andi nilipata kama tuko China tujui chochote kabisa. Ikatubadilisha maisha. Angalau saa hizi through Andi unaweza kuweka chakula juu ya meza.
Okay, so last but not least, recycle. This means recycling plastic by reintroducing it into the manufacturing process. Several recycling centers have been built where the collected plastic is taken care of. The waste workers sell the collected waste to these recycling stations and the profit goes straight back to them. Through the support of Waves of Change, they have increased their income significantly. They also learn about budgeting, accounting, and saving. With this knowledge, they can create their own businesses within plastic recycling.
Ambapo tumeambiwa takataka ni mali. Sasa tukitoa ule uchafu, tumeona tuweke mahali na tuweza kufaidika na ile takataka.
So, after 3 years of reduce, reuse, and recycle, creating awareness campaigns, strengthening communities, empowering and educating locals, what has actually been improved? Here are some of the impressive results. 6 new recycling centers have been built. 9,500 tons of waste has been collected. Local fishermen have collected 32 tons of waste. 150 cleaning up activities have been held throughout the project areas. And guess how many new enterprises have been started by the locals? Over 3,000. Not to mention that 5,000 jobs have been created. So, here we are. Thanks to Waves of Change, these coastal areas are now on a journey towards a more healthy, clean, and beautiful future, especially for the locals, whose livelihoods has been drastically improved, but also for the environment, and in the end, for the planet as a whole.